Good afternoon, everyone. Remember yesterday I said that there was a chance of the House of Cards tumbling down in the breeze as longs became liquidated. Well, unfortunately, it has indeed happened. Look at this. Over the last 24 hours or so, we've seen something like $360 million worth of liquidations in the crypto market, in Bitcoin specifically. And yesterday, we were watching these green candles come in, and I was saying, watch out, because we saw from the liquidation risk map that there was an increased amount of long side liquidation risk, as there always is when the market sees green candles, as there always is because the market is perpetually optimistic these days. All right, 40, a complete neutral on the fear and greed index, even though the US and Iran are still technically at war. There's a ceasefire on, but the conflict isn't resolved. Even though oil prices are skyrocketing, yeah, the market is positive. Everyone buys in leverage long, and then you just get the slightest little bit of breeze on that House of Cards, and it all comes tumbling down like it did last night. Pretty briefly after I made that video, to be honest, down about 4%. And we're recovering a little bit now, still kind of hovering around this area of supposedly resistance turn support, this key 76k area. I think it's most likely, to be honest, from here, we continue to build a little bit of value here, which isn't necessarily completely bearish in of itself, but the point remains, right? Much of the market's still willing to punt leverage longs on this, and that makes the market fragile. Look at that, $350 million worth of longs liquidated in the last 24 hours, even as we have this extended situation in the Middle East. Iran war latest, Supreme Leader issues new statement as oil price hits a 4-year high. We know that is not good for inflation. We know that is not good for monetary policy. The Fed yesterday keeping interest rates stable for Fed Chair Powell's last meeting, which was expected, to be fair. But that expectation, expected or not, it's good that it was expected and it went through, because it is not uncertainty in the markets, but it's still, it's not the rate cuts that the market likes from a liquidity perspective. The price of a barrel of Brent crude surged past $126 earlier today, the highest it's been since the start of Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. It comes as Iran's Supreme Leader has issued a statement saying Americans have no place in the Persian Gulf. And you can see this rhetoric is actually getting somewhat more aggressive. Hegseth faces further grilling over war cost as Iranian Supreme Leader releases fresh US threats, as The Guardian is calling it here, US Politics Live. I don't think you need me to break down the intricacies of these articles, and I don't think we really have much to garner from those either. But the point is, yes, ceasefire is on, but the situation geopolitically is fundamentally worse than before the war even started. And this little nugget of information, which may be obvious to some, but the point is, crude oil is more expensive than it has been since the start of Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. The world isn't, unfortunately, a better place economically than it was before the war. So ceasefire or no ceasefire, not such a great situation. And when you see increasingly aggressive rhetoric, still not such a good situation, or even worse situation, I should say. US stock markets holding steady as Fed Chair Powell confirms continuity amid tariff suspensions. Like we spoke about yesterday, not too much to unpack from this, because it was the expected result that they hold rates steady. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell announced he will remain as governor after his term ends on May the 15th, providing stability to monetary policy amid ongoing economic uncertainties. This decision coincides with news of suspended US-China tariffs, boosting market sentiment as seen in Seagate's $15 billion market cap gain and Visa's $50 billion surge. And we can see that's the S&P 500 today, again clawing at all-time highs. Not the same situation for Bitcoin, but not a complete disastrous crash anyway, but still a sizable slide, right? And this is why I spoke about yesterday. I'm not trying to jump in leverage long right now. I am still sitting in my leverage long position. We're still up $360, but I got long at 65k. That's not to say, wow, look at me. It's to say, yeah, I don't like getting long at the local top of the market. I like getting long at the bottom of the market, i.e. 65k, 65.5k when we got into this position. And that is as much a risk management strategy as anything. Apart from the fact that this is a very small account, I'm not trading with a lot of money in this, and it's not my main goal. My main goal is to accumulate spot Bitcoin. There we go. As always, none of that should be considered financial advice, but I do appreciate you watching. I'll have another video out very soon. Consider subscribing if you enjoy my daily thoughts on the markets. Cheers. Bye-bye.